How are we all doing? I hope you're keeping well out there in Radio Land. This is something I got yesterday. It's a very interesting radio. And to look at our first appearances is it's just another one of those pie wooden boxes. And you'd be right, it is a pie wooden box, but it's a little bit more interesting than the usual run-of-the-mill pie wooden box, and I'll show you why. And first off, if we look at the dial glass, you'll see it says made in England, Cambridge, the home of pie, and it says underneath the pie thing, open aerial AC receiver. Then it has all these far away places on the dial. Shanghai, Hong Kong, Singapore, Calcutta, Baghdad. So, and there's no English places on the medium wave band marked either. Which would lead us to believe this must be a bit of an interesting setting. It is, it's an export set. A radio built for export. So it has 4 shortwave bands and long wave and a medium shortwave band, which was used in the tropics. That's sort of 2.5 meg up to 7 megs. Nothing down there these days. Well, nothing, no broadcast band radio below 3.5 megahertz. Except maybe in South America there might still be one or two. Anyway, the reason why I got all excited and wanted to put this in the bench in a hurry is because it has something I've never seen in a domestic radio before. And that is, if we look at the valve lineup, we see ECH 35, EBC 33, EF. Oh, it sounds very normal. What's this? An EF50. Now, for radio people who know, will know that the EF50 was the valve that won the war. And it was developed by Philips just before the war as a VHF valve. And it was used in radar. And radar experiments during the war, and it was in radar. And it was the valve that won the war, apparently. So this radio stems from 1946, 1947, had a fairly short production run, and it's a model 36H, and the EF50 is acting as an RF amplifier. It doesn't have a tuned RF stage, but it's acting as an RF amplifier. So, interesting radio, definitely. So, I want to run this up on the Variac now. I'm a little bit concerned because if we turn it over, a little bit concerned, but not too concerned, because there's nothing here we haven't got on scrap chassis. That's why we're going to try it. A lot of the pitch has escaped from the transformer. It looks like it got a bit hot and bothered at some stage. Now, we have a transformer that'll go straight into this on a scrap pie chassis, so we're not too pushed, but we'll try and run it up in the Variac anyway, and we'll see what happens. Nice weighted tuning there. You can see it has all its original caps in place except for here. A little bit of work was done here at some stage in the past. So it needs a good bit of tidying up. The dial glass is also cracked, but it would appear that all the pieces are intact or present, so we should be able to do business. I want to know how well this performs. An EF50 in a domestic radio. Is this the only case of an EF50 making it into a domestic radio? They were in communications receivers, and they were also used at this time by Pi extensively in their televisions. The Pi B18T even using it as a frame output valve, something that was definitely not designed for and was certainly pushed to its limits. So one would think that they must have had so many of these valves after the war stored up, they were just looking for somewhere to put them, to get rid of them. They were probably designing all sorts of things with EF50s. So there we are. You can see the dial glass is cracked, which is sad. We're not going to get too involved tonight, but we are going to run it up on the Variac just to see what happens. If the mains transformer is gone, I'm not overly pushed. As I say, I have one in stock in a scrap chassis, which will do. So he does this radio stuff all wrong, you know. He doesn't even take out his multimeter. He's a terrible man. Also, another interesting thing to say is that it has a field coil speaker in it. Now, I recently got another Pi radio, which has a connection on the back for HT. But it wasn't fitted with a field coil speaker. It was fitted with a permanent magnet speaker from new. So that's sort of interesting. So obviously we were just at a turnover point here where they were sort of using both at the same time. Which is interesting. I don't think this is the original lead. No, it's not, because we can see there's bits of tape in there. They wouldn't have, Pi wouldn't have used this. No radio manufacturer would have used a twin core like this. However, we will see what happens. We will, our trusty, and I do apologise for the awful mess in my workshop, which I have not had time to clean. In fact, it wasn't my intention to be doing anything like this, but as I say, this is just something that caught my eye. I want to see what it does. I'm just interested. Because it's such an unusual radio. So we'll see what happens. I have a feeling the mains transformer is gone. The way the dodo. Anyway, we will see. But this definitely is one that's going to get done. A little bit of woodworm starting in it too. I noticed the woodworms become more and more of a problem. Volume on. Dial cord is actually still intact, believe it or not. Anyway, we won't mess around with it too much. We'll just try and run a bit of power into it. See what happens. I got something else very interesting recently too, which is something I was out after for a long time, and it turned up in some of these things just turn up in the most unexpected of places. However, an output power meter made by Marconi. This thing is incredibly heavy for what it is, and we'll do a video on that at another stage. But it is working, which is quite nice. Not that there's much to go wrong with them. All they are is a load of resistors and a nice moving coil meter. Okay, I'm going to go down to mood lighting in here, just so I can see what's going on. And we will run up the Variac 2. And we've just shy of 100 volts there, 95 volts going in. And you can see there's a glow we're doing. I'm not overly optimistic. I always get caught out with this switched mains plug that I have on the safe block. Let's go again. Right. $100 or so. Nothing happening. Dial lights aren't even illuminating. Usually, in fact, maybe that's something I'll do, because what I usually do is I put in a new dial light so I know if that light's something's happening. Let's see, is that dial light gone? No, it's not. Could be contacts in the main switch could be a bit iffy. Right, we'll switch on again. Oh! The dial light lit up this time. Must have been just a dirty contact. Oh, went out again. Is it a dirty contact? Let's try that again. Switch on again. No. No, alright. Let's wind up another bit anyway. We are 115. $150. I'd expect to see some sort of a low now, and the fact that the dial light came on and went off, that's weird. It's a little bit strange. Switch it off again and work the main switch a couple of times, and then we'll try it again. And we'll have another go at this. Bulb. Let's see, will she come on again? No. This is all very disappointing. The fact that the dial light lit up for a second. Right, well that was annoying me, so I figured I stopped the camera and I floated around for a second or two. And I got my trusty Avo 10 out, very rare multimeter, and discovered connection here is a bit dodgy. So we'll try it again, see what happens this time. Right, we'll try this again, and this time I even have the old bench meter hooked up so we can see if we get any HT. We're at 30 volts. We'll bring it up to about 80 is a good figure there. And our dial light is illuminating this time. No HT yet. The rectifier valve is a directly heated one, so it should come up pretty quick if its filaments start to illuminate. So it's a good way of running it up anyway for the first time. We'll go on up to 120. Still nothing on the meter. Nothing. Nothing. I wouldn't be overly confident about this transformer at all in this radio. Right, we're at 150 volts now. You really should be thinking about lighting up if he's on there. He's not. none of the other valves. Or the whole bit of it low on the other valves. Of course, the rectifier valve has its own dedicated winding. So it is quite possible it's burned out. Yeah, the transformer set on the highest possible setting is 230 to 250 volts. So we can go on up to 200. See if that happens. Oh, we hear strange squeaking noises coming out of the transformer, along with smoke, and our rectifier is not illuminating. We will switch off. And there. Let's try switching it back on again with the rectifier out and see does it still happen. Oh yes. The transformer is bubbling away quite nicely. So that's the end of that. We can see a little bit of smoke coming out there. We were 95% sure that the transformer had it. And if she's boiling with the rectifier out, and that proves everything else well. It proves it's the transformer for sure. Rectifier in, boiling, you know, could be our little friends here, short circuit or something. We will check them just for the crack. Are the caps short? They are not. No one isn't anyway. No one isn't either. Nope, transformer just had a bad day. So, an interesting radio which we won't get to hear doing anything tonight, unfortunately. However, I think I should dig out that transformer soon and see if I can get it working. Okay, good luck for now. Bye bye.